Hello everyone, Antasil here, back with another video for Hearts of Iron 4, and we're back on playing with Italy. Let's have some fun with Italy. This run is inspired by Axel from the Hatless Spider Discord, who gave me the idea to use the communist tree, but first form the European Union using the democratic path in it. You'll see what I mean. So in short, what we'll be doing is conquering the Allies and the Benelux. We need the Benelux and France to form the European Union, flip democratic in our civil war, then fight the Germans, then flip communists, and in between form the European Union. So we will become the European Commune. Cool stuff, great leader, very successful. Let's go. Research-wise, I'm kind of a fan of not using the MIO at the start for research, so I can conserve my political power. But I do want these combat bonuses because I will do a lot of fighting in the early game. I also get mechanical engineering to get radio later. And we'll get construction, we'll get tools. I'm just going to build a whole lot of civilian factories in my territories. And I do mean all my territories. We'll be heading into the civil war and we'll spawn over here, but it's really not a hard civil war if you cheese it, so we'll just set up like this. Remember, Italy doesn't start with artillery or anti-air production, so we'll need to add those to the mix. Something like this. Not taking a focus right now. Let's have a look over here. We need to get out of here, boys. So let's move to the ports and let Ethiopia walk in. We need a decision here, withdraw from Ethiopia, 15 political power, which is why we're not taking a focus right now. 17 political power, withdraw from Ethiopia, and they should accept. We need a change of leadership, leads into the correct focuses, so we'll pick that one, the Abyssinian fiasco. Now we can't do the opposition path just yet, but we'll liberate Gramsci because otherwise he'll die, and he's just such a good leader. We'll set up for a war with Austria and we'll join the Axis so we can then invade the UK and France. And that's liberate Gramsci. That also gave us some political power. We're doing unite the opposition a little later. We'll do Army Primacy, Bandit War, Air Innovations, Expand Rome Flying School, Citadel area, and then we'll see where we're at. We'll justify a war goal on Austria. And once we have 70 political power, we'll do British Malaya. And that's a justification for Austria, and we'll head in there immediately. That's Austria, and we'll take all states. Let's set up for the naval invasion, but one thing first, we'll expand the regular template with support anti-air and cavalry recon. We're pretty much set up to do Super Esercito and Super Herrero once we're at war with the Allies. Those are very valuable because you can only do them when you're fighting a major country and you need them to progress here and they give you some nice bonuses. So I like to be set up for that. Let's have a look. We have a little more than 70 days left before we can go there. So we can do railway innovations and get on going towards that research slot. Railway innovations is done, the war goal is done in 8 days, so we'll not take a focus for now. There's justification. Declare war. That puts us at war with a major, so now we can do Super Esercito, 35 days but only 27 left. Let's have a look at the naval invasion. It is launching, so we'll set the submarines to convoy escort and the main fleet to naval invasion support. We'll also go to the Dutch East Indies here and justify a war goal on them. For forming the EU, we need France, Italy, Germany, and the Benelux as the original founders. Hull is contested. We did lose a territory, but it's not a core territory. It's probably one of the African colonies. Once you land here, pause the game and expand immediately, and ship over the guys to Newcastle if it's free. Otherwise, just surround Hull and take it. Troops have landed, so let's redraw some front lines. We don't really need the north except for Glasgow, and we want to surround London, so just put it like this. And expand, expand, expand. Now we want to finish Super Exercito and possibly Super Herero in this time, so probably best to just surround London instead of taking it outright. Super Exercito is done and we can do Super Herero, 35 days, well, should be alright. Justification for Sumatra is done. Now why did I do the Dutch East Indies? Sometimes they also pick up a French guarantee and then you just go to the Netherlands itself and declare war on them. It's not a big difference, but I'd like to be able to do two separate wars here, one against the UK and one against France, because I'm not going to do anything else other than that, and the Benelux of course. And it's just cleaner that way, otherwise I have to move my troops, my best troops, from the UK to the continent while at war, and they always get sunk. And that's not something I can afford at this stage of the game. London surrounded, clear it, we're almost done here anyway. Belgium, you're joining. We'll also justify work on France now. Super Herero is done, which means we can safely move into London. And we'll also unite the opposition and start the civil war focuses. And we're done here. Ordinarily I'd go for a bunch of puppets, but since we'll be doing a civil war momentarily, we'll just annex everything. Puppets will go to the other side or get liberated in a civil war. Oh yeah, we can take some fleets. Italy took 189 states. I still love this opening strategy. Let's get ready for France. Now that we conquered the UK, you can see here the national balance of power at 100% for Benito. That's because we conquered the majors. 128, and we'll go to extensive conscription. Now that we still can. Let's go to war with France. This really shouldn't be much of a problem. One thing I do always forget is that we also need Luxembourg, so this will be the time to justify. Unite the opposition is done, and we'll organize strikes in the north. That's Paris already. We'll take their navy and all of their states. Splitting off the what used to be armored divisions and deleting all of the others. 14 divisions left that cannot be deleted, and we'll place them on the Milano-Venezia line here for future purposes. Justification with Luxembourg is complete, and we'll grab them as well. Messi here can take care of that. That's Luxembourg. And we'll delete Messi as well. Organized strikes in the north is done, and we'll defy the Duce, which will set us up for a civil war. Now we have a very large Italian territories, but when we go to civil war we only get the north here. So we're going to have to cheese this. Thankfully we have the external market for that. A thing to note that for garrisons we are using 78,000 infantry equipment for our garrisons, so we'll set our garrisons to no garrison for the moment. Please don't forget to turn that back on. And now there will be a lot of clicking involved when we add all of our equipment to the market. That was a lot of clicking. Add to market. Do not sell anything. Here we go. National focus completed. Now, we want to go communist eventually, but form the European Union first. And that's entirely possible, so let liberty reign. and turn into a democracy. Here we go. We got rid of Mussolini. We also got rid of the balance of power, but it'll come back. We actually kept our military cabinet. That is most surprising. Let's pick a new focus. We want to seize old equipment because that gives us a shit ton of equipment and for railway guns. We need to control Toscana completely for that. So for now we'll do appeal to the bourgeoisie. Oh wait, we don't have any equipment. Yeah, about that. Let's just clear all of this and we have the equipment. Start by slicing this in half. Our stockpiles are back up. And I made a capital blunder. I didn't leave the Axis before starting the Civil War, which means Germany now just joined. Ugh. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Italy 7. And thanks through the power of editing, we're back pretty much where we left off, except I actually left the Axis. As the joint faction is open, I'm in no faction. Very important. Let liberty reign. Take 2. Situation looks remarkably the same. I sent occupied territories back to local police force. Local autonomy is better, except when you're at war and resistance is getting high. We'll get to that in a bit. Seize old equipment. After that we can finish this war. But I do want those 3 railway guns. Italian mafias. Oops. That seize old equipment. That makes us done with this part of the tree. We can go for Italian Republic. We want to go there eventually, of course, but right now we're democratic and that's fine. And this will add us disgruntled military, which isn't a good thing, and we can only get up it much later. So we'll skip on that for now and go for our next research slot. I got across on my own, so let's finish this. Here we are. We only needed the core territories of Italy when we got them. Now we have some major occupation problems right now because we occupy half the world. Luckily now we can release some puppets. So let's do just that. If you release a puppet as a democracy, you can eventually annex them. If you puppet them in a peace conference, you cannot. Then it will be a supervised state. Important difference, especially in this case. We'll release Free France for the occupation right now. We'll have to annex them before forming the European Union, but that's going to take a little bit of time anyway. This should do. We now have quite a bunch of puppets. They're all regular puppets and need to be lowered to integrate it. So let's put our mighty industry to that task. We'll start with France. Wow, that's a lot of fleet. The next target will be Germany, of course, and we'll try for a defensive war by guaranteeing Czechoslovakia. Now that doesn't always do anything, they'll just give up Sudetenland. But once they declare war on the remaining Czechs, they should be able to get me into the war, which puts me on a time limit of about a year, I think, to build up. All my armies are untrained trash, so let's set up and start improving. Industry-wise, we'll keep lowering the autonomy of pretty much everything. So we'll get more factories that way. Call to arms from Albania. Oh wait, I'm supposed to be guaranteeing them. Yeah, sure. Completely misclicked that. We'll have to invade Greece. No problem, we can handle them. Here we go. Gramsci recovers. That will be useful later. Athens is holding on for dear life, but we got Crete, so that's a lot of victory points. Probably still need Athens though. Get the troops back on the front line and re-exercise. Hungary renounces Treaty of Trianon. We can actually just justify on Hungary, get it over with. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll just go after Hungary before they go after me. Engineer 2, and I have medium tanks. That means I'm going to produce flame tanks as soon as my deficits clear up, but I'll make the design. Gun deficit's almost gone. And we have a justification for Hungary. Let's go. That was this guy. Hungary joined Axis. That might be a bad thing. Let's see if the others get dragged in here. Yep, the German Reich joined Hungary as our enemy. Well, let's see if we can handle that. Looks like it. Germans also declare war on Czechoslovakia. Can I create a faction? I don't have the spirit to do that. Ask for military access. Got these reserve divisions here, and I'll put them in Czech territory on that lovely line of fortresses they have, and hope that they hold. Come on, let's go. This one tile here is not doing too hot, but I'm not too worried. We can afford to lose it. Borders of the Germans are extremely thin, so let's see if we can make some advantage. Creating an elite template with the elite icon and giving them the flame tanks. These are still very smallish divisions, of course, but I just have so many more of them than the Germans do. Still, I gotta keep in mind it's only 1939 and my divisions are not top of the line. Look at the casualties. The ratio is alright, but I'm really not doing well with my template. I got into a war with the Germans a bit too quickly and never managed to expand on this. I really need those flame tanks, and those guys are doing alright, but you really want this template to be a beefier than this. Still, because I have so many divisions and the Germans so little, I'm still doing alright. Right, motorized are done. We're not producing tanks yet, but let's see if we can slice open this half of Germany. Well, if I need 300 political power, that's going to take a while. Combinato di Liberazione Nazionale. Oh, that's these guys. I still need a new leader. Alright, my mistake. Probably best not to release France as a puppet then. I'll just not take a focus for like 120 days. 220 days. Well, it's for the good cause. Managed to split up Germany into two pieces. Always nice to do that. I already got Berlin, so the capital is now in Stuttgart. So we'll finish off this half first. It's Gleiwitz, and now we can just finish off this pocket here. 89%. Probably have to get to Stuttgart and Munich here. And here we are. Almost no points for the Czechs, so let's just grab everything that's German. And there we go. Republican Italy grows stronger. Alright, let's annex France. But since we're a democracy and we own all of the original European unity states, we can click the European Unity button and get cores in all Dutch, Belgian, French, Italian and German states. Long live the European Union. These ugly clouds here are annoying. Should turn off weather. But it's a nice, beautiful color, and we're fully democratic. It would be a shame if we suddenly went into another direction. Let's go for the Italian Republic. That's the Italian Republic, and we'll now go for the Popular Front. Go into the other direction now. Popular Front is done, and we'll do a leader steps forward. We are now the European Commune. A beautiful communist and a beautiful red flag. The leadership of the Republic. You can pick your leader, so there's a few options, all pretty good, but Gramsci really is the gravy of this entire run. He is one of the best leaders in the game, honestly. Stability, political power game. Don't care too much about surrender limit because I never surrender. Daily compliance game. Oh, so good. Better than local autonomy, which I can't use anymore. Also, apparently, the Communist Tree houses another research slot. Where is it? Il Sol del Avenir will get you another research slot, getting you to 6 research slots. Yeah, that seems like a good goal to go for. Path of progress, here we come. Anyway, that's it for now. This is how you form the European Commune as the Italians with a brutally strong leader and ready to take on the world. It's only 1940. Every achievement for Italy is pretty much still in range. So good luck with that. This is my part where I ask you to like, comment or subscribe. Please do or do not. Will there be an epilogue where I conquer more and more stuff? Well, actually, it's just a small epilogue with a tiny word of warning. If you do go to, what's it called? Il Sol del Avenir, you'll get that 6th research slot. Check this out. Yay. But you'll also lose the pretty cool blue color and become uglyish brown. Not going to continue this game. I've shown you enough. Thanks for watching. Merry Christmas and see you next year. Bye bye.